evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the third annual's not the right word because we've done it more than once a year, but welcome back to the Golden Ramones. And here's your host. He's lean, he's mean, he's a dinger-hitting machine. He told me to say that. kdjTV! Yes. Hi, hello everybody. Hi. Well, I'm so glad you can make it. Jose Canseco's here. Why? It's the first name that came to my head. We're just running off the cuff here. I'm running out of time to record. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Golden Ramones. I have a very thin, floppy microphone. Do with that sexual innuendo what you will. We're off to a hot start today. Friends of the channel will be familiar with the Golden Ramones, but newcomers here, welcome. My name is Kenny, aka kdjTV, and at the end of every set, or really when every set gets phased out, we do an award show, the Golden Ramones, to determine the best and worst. And in this case, it's the best and worst of set 3. And winners will be sent via bubble mailer, because I am not made of money, a Golden Ramone. And yes, there's a very scary picture of Ramone Russell's face. Just look at him. There are 10 categories in these Golden Ramones. All the nominees are 99 overall cards. So picture that when we're talking through these nominees. When we're talking about the worst 99, sometimes we're talking about it in relation to how it was achieved or how expensive it cost and the value we actually got from it. Of course, this is not a super serious show. Nothing really I do is super serious. This is meant to be comedy. So without further ado, let's break a leg. Our first category up for a coveted Golden Ramone this evening is the best new card art. And the nominees are the All-Star Series, the New Draft Series, the Home Run Derby Series, and the Jin Kim Series. The card art in set 3 was largely very strong. The card art team at SDS always does a pretty remarkable job. Just wait until we talk about set 5 finest in, 6 months when set 5 is over. Picking best new card art is kind of a silly category. The card art is irrelevant. It could be the ugliest card you've ever seen, but the best performing card you've ever had. Either way, we're throwing trophies out here, so let's go name the winner. And the Golden Ramone shockingly goes to the 2023 Draft Series. The Academy has thrown us a Barry Zito-esque curveball. Why the Draft Series? Not so much for the card art, though it was very interesting and very cool. It looked like a little scouting card. That was the point. The draft content was so revolutionary for MLB The Show. We've never had something like it before. A handful of the cards were actually a ton of fun to use. Paul Skeens, anybody? Max Clark, who might show up later in this video. Such a good card series, such a good idea. I hope we get it every year. Our next category this evening is the Unsung Goon Award, given to the card that was just incredible and nobody used it. Therefore, it was unsung. That is basically the definition of the word, unsung. We're not breaking new ground here. By the way, not plugged in, nothing. This is imaginary. I've had a few brews today. These unsung goons, we're basically talking about legends here. Home Run Derby, Miguel Sano. Have you ever seen a Miguel Sano that had contact? Yeah, you did, if you opened your eyes and looked at this one. Incognito Grandy Man, a.k.a. Curtis Granderson. You thought the Incognito series was gone in set 2? LOL, you're incorrect. The Grandy Man was incredible. Draft Series Max Clark, we just talked about him. I gave you the about 47 seconds ago. Max Clark, severely underrated, very good card. And then the only pitcher that makes this list. There were others who were kind of right there on the cusp, but Marcus Stroman, very effective, very tough arm angle, very heavy, disgusting sinker. And the Golden Ramone goes to Max Clark, whose parents are actually in attendance, because he's like 17 years old and it's a school night. He's a child. So here you go, Mr. and Mrs. Clark. Simply put, this Max Clark card ripped me a new asshole. And that is the exclusive reason as to why it has won the Unsung Goon Award. Our next category this evening is for the Wildcard Award. To be perfectly transparent, I'm not even currently running a wild card in set 5 because all the new cards, or a lot of the new cards, are so damn good and fun. Either way, if you want to have a wild card, here are the 4 nominees. All-Star Series, Ronald Acuna Jr. Jin Kim Series, John Donaldson. Milestone Series, Ellie De La Cruz. All-Star Series, Adley Rutschman. Keep in mind while we talk about this group of nominees here, 2 of them have new cards from set 5. Ronald Acuna with a crazy good milestone card, Ellie De La Cruz with a finest card that's not as good as the milestone card. So if you were to wildcard Ronald Acuna Jr. right now, it'd only be in the interim until you acquire the new one for free via the XP reward path. Either way, This category's fine. Shut up. We have a game-breaking pitcher on this list, a switch-hitting demon of a catcher, the best shortstop ever in Diamond Dynasty history. It's not even close. And Ronald Acuna Jr., who they gave immaculate vision to, and he was just a killer. And the winner is... It's Elly De La Cruz. Don't be one of those people who wildcards John Donaldson. You can't be my friend anymore. The milestone Elly De La Cruz is just such a five-tool demon that you can't even compare him to any shortstop in the game right now. I am not running that wild card because I'd like to actually try J.P. Crawford at shortstop, but fully acknowledging that that card on paper cannot hold a candle to Elly De La Cruz, the best shortstop in this game's history. Our next category this evening is for Best Comedic Actor, a revamped category. In the past, we've given it out to the most laughably shit card. Instead, we're giving it to the card that just makes you laugh for whatever reason there is. Let's just be creative. And the nominees are... They're on the board already. You dumb idiot. I told you, I've had some drinks. All-Star Series, Ketel Marte. Home Run Derby Series, Kyle Schwarber. Jin Kim Series, John Donaldson. And Incognito Series, Blake Snellzilla. These cards are stupid. Why does All-Star Ketel Marte make me laugh? Because it's incredible how bailed out he is as a card. You could be the worst hitter on earth and go 4 for 4 with 4 ding-dongs with Ketel Marte. It's insanity. Home Run Derby Kyle Schwarber is a comedic actor because we've had 86,000 versions of him this year, all in the span of 3 months. Enough is enough. Jin Kim John Donaldson is comedy. One, because of the stupid starting pitcher out of the bullpen two-way glitchy thing that took them years to fix, but also because every ranked game you used to queue into featured him on the mound. It sucked. And then lastly, Snellzilla. It just shows how out of touch sometimes people can be with this game because they think they're creating a good card, and it's shit. The Golden Ramone goes to... Home Run Derby Kyle Schwarber's existence is the exact definition of why sets and seasons struggled at times this year. I'm hoping they fix it. There's too much repetition, and I'd like it to stop. Thank you. This hat is itchy. In our fifth category, we're talking about the worst program of Set 3. It was right before the program started to turn into good ones, so we've got some shit to talk about. And the nominees are... I didn't write them on the board this time. Woo! The nominees we're talking about here are a real who's not of content. The Moonshot program, the 69th version we've had this year. I believe this was the one locked at Capitol Lang. Or maybe it was Shield Woods. Who cares where it was? It was stupid, and I didn't have fun playing it. The Extreme program is on here, because it was a program that came out in Set 3. I do not think it was bad. Moving on. The Number Retirement Program. A cool program in concept, but I believe this introduced the idea of you having to purchase cards to finish it. They've since fixed it. You no longer have to purchase the card to fix it. It just helps expedite the process. But this was an oopsie-daisy. And then lastly, the All-Star Week program. It was the first time the All-Star Week program mostly sucked. Other than the draft content, which we already explained was a win, so don't dwell on that. And the winner is... Or is it technically the loser? I don't know. The insistence on SDS giving us moonshot programs every 3 or 4 weeks is starting to show the issues with the moonshot program. The moonshot program, and I guess by extension, the moonshot event, is starting to show us just how the novelty of it is wearing off. It was cool when we had 1 or 2 moonshot events a year. Now there's so many. At really stupid stadiums. With really silly requirements. It's just kind of lazy. And I'm kind of over it. And now moving on... Wait. What's that? Sorry, it's my producer. We're going to commercial. We have sponsors? Do you like shirts? How about quality shirts? How about shirts that support your boy? If you do, I encourage you to go check out my merch store in the link in the description down below. It's my birthday this month, and if you want to give me a birthday present, buy a shirt. Or a mug. I think I have mugs on there too. Buy something. If you purchase anything, first of all, thank you. Second of all, find me on Twitter, tag me with your purchase, and I'll shout you out. And now back to your regularly scheduled content. That guy from the commercial was a real douche, huh? Our next category in these Golden Ramones goes to the best new legend. This is not the new legend that was first introduced in Set 3. It is simply the new legend for MLB The Show 23 that had the best card in this set. And the nominees are... All-Star Series, Mike Cameron. Award Series, Alex Gordon. Jin Kim Series, Martin DeHigo. Jin Kim Series, John Donaldson. 3 of these 4 nominees could have also been in the Unsung Goon category. Mike Cameron, Alex Gordon, and Martin DeHigo were underutilized, but very fun to use. Especially Alex Gordon, who has an elite swing. If you haven't tried him, It's probably a little too late for that. Wildcard him if you're a lunatic, but go try him anyway. And then John Donaldson. Do we even need to talk anymore? Let's just announce the winner. Yeah, it's John Donaldson. I mean, that card was really stupidly good. That's all I have to say. And the nominees for Worst Pitcher are Incognito Series, Snellzilla, this asshole again. All-Star Series, Shane McClanahan. That might be spelled wrong. It's fine. Award Series, Jacob deGrom. World Series champion. Player of the Month, Brock Stewart. I know. It's weird. The winner here is going to surprise you. I know it already. They're telling me in my ear. This is all performative. Snellzilla and McClanahan just have Joe Random pitch mixes, and even though their attributes look good, they will forever be shite. Jacob deGrom, a fan favorite. Not a good pitcher. Do you see anybody use it? There's a reason why. Not because it's a chase card. It's pretty cheap. You could just go afford it. It's because it's not good. And then lastly, Brock Stewart. This is a personal thing. People insist on using Brock Stewart. His cards are batting practice. They're very easy to bend over a barrel and show the 50 states. The worst pitcher from set 3 is Jacob deGrom. It's stunning. I know. I was excited to use the card too. But when you weigh the cost of the card, which admittedly now, like I said, is cheaper, but still it's more expensive than these guys. When you weigh the cost versus the production, it's a sunk cost. That card stinks. It's time to talk about the worst hitter, and I've already spoiled the nominees because I'm an idiot. All-Star Series, Barry Larkin. Awards. I think it was an awards, might have been a milestone. Duke Snider. All-Star Series, Elias Diaz. And All-Star Series, Matt Olson. 4 cards that you simply never see. 4 99s that could have been fun. 4 players who were disrespected. And the worst hitter in set 3 was All-Star Series, Elias Diaz. A truly exciting player to win All-Star Game MVP. Hopefully, I was hoping anyway, it would have led to a really sick card. But it kind of shows you, or at least explains, why I think the All-Star content was kind of a little below average this year. Not a soul used that card. In large part because they dropped Adley Rutschman around the same time, but still, Diaz wasn't beefy enough to sway anybody. It's time for the creme de la creme. It's a lot of chich when you say that. We're giving out the award for Best Pitcher. And I don't know why we even have 4 nominees. I think you all know who's already going to win. Let's not waste time. Let's get to the last category. Let's just announce the winner. John Donaldson was the best pitcher in Diamond Dynasty history. I'm glad he's not going to be prevalent for the next couple months. Set 6 is going to suck. In our last category, we are nominating 4 exceptionally beefy boys. And if you just tuned in now, you're probably very confused by that sentence. Here are the beefy nominees. All-Star Series, Ronald Acuna Jr. Player of the Month, Lightning, Cody Bellinger. Milestone Series, Ellie De La Cruz. All-Star Series, Jose Ramirez. Just like we honored probably the best pitcher ever in Diamond Dynasty history, we're about to honor probably the best hitting card ever in Diamond Dynasty history. If not the best ever, probably the most popular. It's really a landslide here. Milestone Ellie De La Cruz. An incredible card, and a difficult card to get out. A pain-in-the-ass card to acquire. Put it all together, it's the best hitter in the game. That'll do it for another exciting edition of the Golden Ramones. To the winners, congratulations. Your very terrible trophies are on their way. For everyone who made it to the end, thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe. The more you show support, the more likely we are to come back for set 4 because I was told we were pretty close to being canceled after the set 2 show. Buckle your pets and spay your seatbelts, and we'll see you next time. Someone get me out of this monkey suit. I need a new manager.